Hello odd ones, welcome back for another figure review. Today we have something nice. Again, we have the Lucky Cat Microcosmos 03 Beast Lord. Yeah, this guy. So, doesn't look like much, right? Right. Well, if you recognize that lightning bolt, you know what that means. And you can partially see it on the back. What is that back there? That looks to be the back of the Megazord, right? Because it is. Yep. This lovely little company has given us a really neat little combiner. Can't wait to show you guys. Let's get the stuff out the way and start off with the things it comes with. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 random pieces. You may be wondering, what the hell are these? Well, these come on it, this comes on it, these come on it, and this comes on straight out of the package. I am not going through the process of doing this because putting the other head on has a screw that goes into the bottom and I don't want to undo it. But this is the head you'll see when you get it in package. Shoulders, feet, chest plate. You know, for licensing purposes. Can't really have it looking like how it should right out of the box. But this is what you get. A mastodon. Gigantic pterodactyl. Triceratops. Saber-toothed tiger. And Tyrannosaurus. You get all of these in one neat little thing. And you might be asking, why do they have guns and cannons galore? Well, you see, shut up. No, it's a pretty neat little gimmick that goes with it. It has some little extra stuff, gives you some real replayability value out of these little guys. And they do have a little gimmick which is unique to this brand in general for their other figures. And down the line, I'm only going to do this with one. I really do not feel like doing this with all of them. So I'm going to grab the easiest one to do this with, which is the Mastodon. I'm going to take off the little side cannons. These things are great. Another accessory it comes with, they can connect. Pterodactyl fell. Stand up, bird. Stand up proudly. Show your wingspan. Anyway, back to Mastodon. So what we're going to do here is we're going to pull this out from the bottom. It tabs in right there. We're going to fold this up. We are now going to move his little feet. Turn them upside down. We're going to turn these feet, no, not inward, outward. And then we're going to take the Mastodon head, see those peg holes? They're going to go into the bottom of these feet. And we're just going to plug that in. We will now take the tusk, turn those inward, and now we'll grab the trunk. And now he's a nice little neat tiny cube. Right? Cool. And then the little cannons go on the side. Not that tab. That tab. There we go. And we just pop this into this peg hole here. There's a lot of peg holes throughout this figure on all of the little robots, but you'll see why. And now he's a little cube. And the reason for this is their gimmick that they have with selling these. They're going to give you, at least for this one, 4 of these. The instructions for these are a pain. They're not included. You have to use this QR code. So if you want to, you can, if you have this or are planning on getting this, you can scan this and go to it for the directions. But you use this QR code, you go to a site, it tells you how to put these cubes together. They are obnoxious. But here you go. I've only done 1 of the 4. You see it open and closes, and it's for storage of little figures. There you go. Neat. You can store them in this however you like. You don't have to build it as a cube. You could just make a giant wall platform at some point, like what I plan on doing. But yeah, pretty neat. It's not a gimmick I'm really going to use often, if ever, aside from this video and testing it out to see if it works. But hey, if you want to store them in cubes, you can. And all of them can become a cube. They may not look it, but it's really easy. Like these two, they just fold up really simple. Her cannon on her back becomes a little peg holder to hold them in place. This is the most annoying one to cube, and this one's pretty simple. Anyway, let's get these cannons off and get the Mastodon back to how it should look. So we're gonna pull that off, turn his feet back inward, pull those feet back down, turn a tusk back around, open back up the trunk, and pull the peg down, and there we go. Mastodon's back. Tyrannosaurus looks pretty neat. Articulated tail. Yes, I'm trying to go through everything in one go. Pretty nice. It does come with random cannons. Why would a T-Rex need cannons? I don't know. Dino Crisis. But yeah, pretty neat. Has mobility in the arms. They don't bend as much as you probably want them to. That's about as much as you can get. But hey, you're really going to have this in T-Rex mode for long? I don't think so. Really chunky, stiff legs. Great for articulation. Also, the legs on the T-Rex are complete die-cast. So this has some heft to it. Still pretty neat. Head cannot really move because of the head in the back, obviously. That's the Megazord's head. But yeah, can't look left or right with the head up with that there. You take it off, it can, but then it doesn't look right. Saber-tooth tiger is probably my favorite out of this set for one thing only. Every combining Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, Dinozord, Saber-tooth tiger, I have never seen any of them, including my Solar Jogoken, have the wheels be functional. That little detail is freaking amazing to me. I love it. They actually roll. But yeah, it has articulation. This is more so for it being a Megazord mode, but you can get a crunch out of it. Multiple joints of articulation in each leg. These are on a ball joint, so you get some range out of them. These only have their forward and back motion, but hey, they're jointed at each leg, and they're jointed at each point of articulation that you would need it to be, and they move fairly well. And obviously, her tail cannon. And she fell over. We tried, right? We have the Triceratops, who still doesn't have working treads. One day someone will make it working treads. His mouth can open. Let's see if I can get this done on camera with no nails. Ow. Ow. Haha! Tail cannon as usual. These do move individually, as you can see. And he comes with a neat little gimmick. You can take out these horns. I'm only going to do one for the time being, because one of the other accessories that they give you is for his horn chains. You know, the one attack he used against the Minotaur to pull him down in that one episode, and we probably never seen a horn chains again. Pretty sure this is the wrong side for this, and this one goes on that side, but whatever. It's pretty neat. They didn't have to do this, but they did, and it looks really nice. Fully metal, and has a really good length. Let's pluck that out of there. There we go. And let's get his regular horn back in there. And now the biggest elephant, without being an elephant, in the room, the pterodactyl. You might be wondering, why is this so gigantically huge? Well, you see, they decided to do their own artistic take on it, or they could be slightly copying Flame Toys figure that they're going to come out with of a Megazord. The wings kind of look reminiscent to this, but if you're not digging this, you don't want to use this. Pterodactyl's way too big for your liking. We got you covered. Let's just pop that out of the picture and bring in our, you know, tiny beloved falls to the floor in scale pterodactyl. Pull that out, and pull the ever little tiny head up. And there you go. Pretty nice, right? Just really tiny. Good enough. But yeah, we have all 5. And the cool thing is that with it being all 5 and it being this tiny, like these things are small for how they are. Like just a quick comparison. Here's the biggest one, obviously the T-Rex, and I'll stand him straight up, even though he's always hunched over. I'll put him straight. Right. We're gonna grab just a standard putty. So the putty is 6 inches tall. That's the T-Rex. So as if you can see this difference, then you can see the rest of them. These are tiny, but the fact that they're this small and they can combine makes this set amazing. They do have 2 other sets. They have MC-01, which is a Voltron set, and MC-02, which is a Devastator set, which gives you all 6 Constructicons, and they can all combine together to make Devastator, but they all also have their individual vehicle mode and robot mode. But enough of them. We're not here for them. We are here for the Rangers. So let's take this little cannon out. There we go. This is cannon is also the little accessory that holds these 2 together when they're in their cube form. Like I said, not doing that. Too much work. And we're going to take off the Tyrannosaurus's cannons. Alright. And we're going to get them transformed. So first thing first, let's put his arms together. Let's get his legs ready. I popped up his foot. This happens a lot. There we go. Simple enough. So they do give you a tool to pull this out in case you need it. And it's a set tool that they give you. You'd plug it into here, leave this way to help lift this up and out. But I haven't used it. I've just been, bend the foot backwards enough and I should be able to get it, right? Or just hit the tab and there you go. So we're going to pull that forward. We're going to close that back up. Or take the foot off. There we go. So you have that for the one side. And then we do it for the opposite side. Now this one I might need a tool for because this one tends to give me trouble. Never mind. I was going to say this one tends to give me trouble, but apparently there is no trouble. Move the tail up and out the way. Let's get his feet prepared. There we go. I think that's low enough. Could be wrong. I'll give it a shot. I am not perfect at doing this. We're going to just fold the wings in for the pterodactyl. That's fine. She's ready. For a mastodon, the most intensive transformation. So what you need to do here is we pull this out, assuming I can grab it. There we go. Fold this up. And this little piece will hold on to the pterodactyl. And then she'll be able to plug into the back to be in the position it needs to be. But while we're doing this, let's go ahead and get this out the way. This chest piece actually comes up. See if I can get this. This is difficult to do with no nails, but I got it. Every time I say something's difficult, I get it. This will go here like this. And there's a peg hole right there at the top. So you just peg that in. This is ready. And now we're going to get the legs ready. So, close those down. We'll turn those up as usual. These can't come out. You don't need to take them out, but just a point of note that they can come out. Alright, we'll put her tail cannon down. And then we shall put her feet into place. And they slot in nicely. We'll have a space right there exactly for them to go. And that's one side ready. So let's go ahead and plug that in. Gonna do the same thing with Triceratops, which does collapse in, as you can see. Let's lower down the tail. Alright, all set, looks good. We can now plug this in. And tank mode is almost done. There we go. I'm not the greatest at putting tank mode together, plus, the figure moves. So we're gonna get what we get. Alright, Cool. Let's move that back, and then we're going to transform this little guy. So, what you want to do is pull these side flaps down and just fold them up. And then we'll turn these up and fold out. And now we have the arm pieces that we need. We can lower those down. There we go. Perfect. And then we will pull out these little pegs. We will need these for the cannons, which it does come with. They do work as a pterodactyl's feet, but there's really no grip on it. That's why I haven't shown it off. But seeing how I mentioned it, I probably should, just so it's shown. Oh, give me 1 second. Now that we have this all lined up. Oh, that's not lined up. There we go. And there we go. So the arms will now go onto the back. Let's move his tail down. Peg holes here on the back for the arms. And it just kind of hugs onto it to get the connection. There we go. Nope, that's the wrong spot. Let's try it one more time to where I can see. And come on. It appears that I can't do this. Alright, let's try this one more time. Let's take that off. Alright. And we should have it now. No? Yes? Yes. There we go. Okay, I just needed a better grip. Sorry about that. Let's pull that back up. Let's put that back on. Let's get you back into proper position. Something about the T-Rex supposed to be at like a 90-degree angle. There we go. Alright. And then last but not least, the pterodactyl goes on the back. And this tiny little peg hole here. So plug that in. And aside from me having it slightly crooked, it's tank mode. So, alright. Good enough. Boom. Now, all we need is the cannons. So let's just plug these in real quick. Give it the full look. The full aesthetic you guys are looking for. And boom, 90s nostalgia all in your face. By the way, everybody, happy National Power Rangers Day. And R.I.P. Jason David Frank, the original Green Ranger Tommy Oliver, and one of my personal heroes. Here's hoping that Lucky Cat makes a Dragon Sword to combine with this. But yeah, it looks pretty good. You know, from certain angles. And yes, it's crooked. It's okay. But like, that angle still looks weird to me. It looked weird to me as a child on television. It looks weird to me now. But yeah, it can combine. And seeing how we have it in tank mode, you know what that means. Obviously, we can take these off and remove those. Let's detach the pterodactyl. Take this piece back off. Take off the mastodon shield. Put this back on here where it goes, like so. Fold that up. Turn the tusk inward for the shield. And you guys know the drill. Megazord sequence has been initiated. I'm gonna fold that up. Fold those up. You were not supposed to fall down like that. Alright, let's straighten out the legs. Perfect. And we just fold these down. Shoulders don't want to move from me. Come on, there we go. And whoop, perfect. Now, tricky part, and hopefully this doesn't happen to you guys. This happened to me. It's happened to maybe 2 or 3 others that I've seen throughout different figure groups and Facebook and just searching around the internet. I'm going to show you guys in a second. Let me just pull this up real quick. The fist here for the Mastodon can be troublesome. The reason I say that is that they can easily break. I'm going to transform this real quick. Push that through, pull that down, and then we flip this up. And there's the fist. This peg can snap off very easily. Luckily, mine hasn't for this side. It has for this side. And I had to do a makeshift fix, but it still works. So be wary of that. I'm going to flip, fold, and fold. Mine's there, but that's not the peg that goes there. That's a makeshift fix. So for the back side, the tail, we're supposed to split it in half so that separates. And then we're supposed to fold this up and then fold these upward to give it its butt flaps. And then the rest of the T-Rex tail, you just fold it down at the top. Plugs right into the back. That gives it the rest of the look. And last but not least, we open up the chest. The tail fell off. The camera went shaky. All their destruction. I dropped the tail. With how much is going on and how much I'm dropping stuff, you'd think I was a Power Ranger villain. There we go. It's not that secure, but I never really leave this here anyway. It's mostly just there for now. The wings will be there. So for this, it doesn't do like the show normally where it just folds down and goes in. You actually have to take this, turn it around, then push that down. You can now close that up. And a pterodactyl, we have to get her ready because apparently I forgot to finish this off. Fold this back out like it goes. Fold the wings in. Little pegs on the T-Rex plug into the peg holes on the chest. And these peg holes here plug into the waist side of the T-Rex. Do that. And it's a really secure connection too. Like, it feels good. It snaps and then the horns come around and boom. Megazord activated. This thing, being a combiner, being that tiny and being a combiner, has so much articulation. It is ridiculous for something this small. And for scale, now that they're complete, here's the putty. It's funny how that T-Rex was shorter than a putty, but now, look at that. If Rita just made a putty gigantic, boom. There you go. So, got a good size comparison right there. Or, you know, here, they can fight Godar. That works enough, right? You can mess with it with the angles. Look at that. Perfect. Yeah, really, really good height for a combiner being this small. Yeah, last but not least, you know, you remember this moment when they fought? That's amazing. You can now recreate this battle. Oh. If you do want to do something as a final touch with this, you can take the cannons that were just in the tank mode and plug them into the back of these feet here. Like so. And it'll give you your full look. There we go. To where it can match this one. This is the Bandai Soul of Chogokin Rise figure, whatever the actual name of this is. It's been too long, and I had to dig it out of storage. But anyway, this is the closest thing I have that can match this. I don't have any of the model kits that would match this, but articulation-wise, this one here has this beat. This is good. It's very hefty because of all the die-cast that's in it between the legs and the waist and other things, but this one has it beat in articulation. Now, don't get me wrong, this one has some great articulation. Let's take the power sword out of your hand. Let's have some great articulation. especially with that wrist joint being able to go like that. But he can do it too. Maybe not the wrist joint part, but it can do it too. It can also hinge up and crunch forward. This one can too. You see that? But that's what you get for a knee bend. That's all you get. It's there, but it's not going to work. But that's where this one has it beat. So let's move him to the side. We dropped this power sword, but that's alright. Let's put that back down and show that knee bend off. Move this out the way, move the flap up. So the leg can go fully forward. This goes for both sides. But then you have the knee bend from the foot joint itself, and then an internal bend inside both the saber-toothed tiger and the triceratops. This gives it a massive bend. This figure can pull off a kneeling pose if you wanted it to. Does it ever need to? No, but I mean, come on. Look at that. I wish my solo Chogokin could do this, either of them, this one or the larger one. But yes, this guy is great. I highly would recommend this. For it being this small and being a combiner, I mean, come on. On top of which, the aesthetic-wise, it looks good. I mean, I guess you could say this is a more modern take, but man, is it nice. And I guess I should do that too, seeing how he has his shield. Maybe we should give them their shield, which doesn't plug into the hand. It actually plugs into the side here. Alright, and then if you want the facing forward, we just do that. And then the power sword. Nope, the tail's coming out again. Actually, I'll take the tail out because I'm going to need to do that in a second anyway. Let's take the cannons off too. That is something that I'm going to change in a moment. Where is your power sword? I think that's the only thing that I'm missing. What did I do with it? Oh, wait, no, yours is on the floor. Okay. Yours is fine. So he has his. But I believe that the power sword for this one is actually in my book bag, because I do not see it. So I will be right back. There's going to be a brief cut. Normally this wouldn't be like this, but I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I do have the power sword now. So I'm just going to place this in his hand. Sorry about that, but yeah, there we go. And the detail from the power swords are pretty nice. Obviously, it's more show accurate. Definitely took some liberties, but the really big sword. And the cool thing about this guy, he actually comes with a power effect for his sword. So does this guy. I just don't remember where it is. But it looks great. It really does. I mean, you can't go wrong with either of these, but I really like the fact that this one can combine and turn into tank mode and everything else. And I still love this figure, but this is great. I love it. I'm going to move you out the way. And then I'm going to take these off so I can get to the last part of this. And it's the giant pterodactyl. So let's move you to the background and let's bring the pterodactyl back to the forefront. So this is a gimmick that they have with it. It becomes the wings. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take the head off, which snaps open at this point here. I'm going to turn it, so there we go. We can fold that down now, and we're going to take the feet. We're going to shift these down, like so. Straighten those out, and then the T-Rex tail from the back of the Megazord will now plug into the feet at the ankles. There we go. And there we go. Let's straighten this out. There we go. And then what you'll do then is grab the pterodactyl head, put that on there. Boom. You have the wings set. I already have them set up, ready to go. So all I have to do now is bend this up out the way. And this plugs right into the back of the mastodon's feet. And now you have a Megazord with massive wingspan that I am not fully showing. Give me 1 second. There you go. Massive wingspan for no reason. It looks cool though. Plus, the Megazord gives big ass cannons. And who doesn't love big ass cannons on a robot? I think that usually looks really good. And those accessories from earlier, the other cannons that were in Mastodon and the T-Rex, you could pop those into the Megazord as well. I mean, that's what these little shoulder joints are for up here. So if you wanted to pop these on, all you have to do is pull these little tabs out. There's another one. We can put these right here on the sides. Or the shoulders. They both have the same width of a peg hole. And then these cannons, they have a little peg here. If you want to, let's do it this way. It looks a little ridiculous, but hey, cannons are cannons. As long as they fire and they get the job done, I don't care how they look. Let's put that like that, pull that peg forward, and place this in the wrong spot apparently because I'm blind. I didn't even do this right. Wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. Although it might have looked better the other way. Peg. Go into hole. There we go. Does the Megazord need all this artillery? Yes, it does. Because Monsters of the Week, they might not want a Monster of the Week anymore when they see how badly one gets obliterated. Ta-da! I think this guy's great. Oh, so don't, he does, come with these two. Little expressive hands for either side, but quite honestly, I don't see myself ever using these. Okay, maybe once in a while, I don't know. But yeah, this guy's great. The combination is great. The only thing I wish it had was maybe a locking mechanism for the feet in the back when it goes into Megazord mode, but this guy is great. His posability is great. Let's see if we can get something working here. Alright, let's pull the side skirt up. Let's see if we can get something going on. Let's get you back on your back. Alright. And let's give you your power sword. I think that's pretty cool. Aside from it falling. That's pretty cool. And he does have some good weight to it. And I've been doing it throughout the video, but with the wings, I think now would be a good time to do a size comparison just to get it out the way. So we've seen it next to the Green Ranger, the Putty, and well, here's Godar and his falling wing. And again, size is really good for these. Here it is next to Marvel Legends, Iron Man. I cannot remember the armor suit, so don't quote me on anything. Just it's Marvel Legends and it's Iron Man. Okay, cool. We have Cooler, as usual. Who's pretty tall in his own right. And I'm moving them over because we have something slightly bigger, which is Broly, which is just gigantic. But yeah, height comparisons, this guy's pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. I had fun making it. Because, you know, it's Power Rangers and I really enjoy Power Rangers. I hope you guys have been doing alright. Everything's going well. You know, life is great. I hope. For me, it's going alright. I'm excited. Getting to go see Disturbed soon, so that's going to be amazing. And I got awesome figures to, review for you guys. Oh, I'm going to catch you all in the next one. I know this one was a bit on the long side, kind of a rambling, but it's probably because I've been gone for a little bit. It's alright. You guys still love me, right? Right, cool. Glad we're all on the same page. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later, odd ones.